wisely. Man, look, just to get to the point, my D1 response, man, I just want to let the world know I don't mean that brother no harm, but it's, man, it's levels to every, what I'm saying, game you step in. And, man, when you're dealing with that gospel, you're dealing with a whole another animal, like you got to sit and be taught, disciple, before you go out there running your mouth and using that word, 'cause that word to get you hurt. That word to bring you blessings, but that word to get you hurt too. It's a double-edged sword, man. So, man, when you cutting somebody, you cutting yourself at the same time. And the main thing I wanna really address is, that word ain't meant for us to use and go beat people, that's outside of the church over the head with because they don't understand. You know, the spirit reach the spirit man, but to the natural man, they don't receive the spirit because they don't know. And, when it comes down to the spirit, I've been studying the spirit, man. I've been baptized in the Holy Spirit. You got to bring that real gospel when you really dealing with that gospel. And you also got to have an office, man. Like, what office do you hold? It's fivefold ministry. If you're a rapper, most rappers don't understand, man. If you're rapping and you preaching Jesus, you're a minister. So what office do you hold? Me, myself, I hold the office of prophet. So I tell it how it is. I go through everything and went through everything that a prophet go through. Isolation, backstabbing, ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? Like Elijah destroyed the prophets of Baal, but right after that wanted to take his own life. Just wanted to die. Man, like this ain't no game to be playing with. And I understand, D1 on this little interview with Turk was trying to use the book of Romans. The Romans don't mean that to nobody that don't know what Romans is, man. And when Paul, the Apostle Paul, wrote the book of Romans, man, he sent that to the Roman church, the church in Rome, which is where a lot of our wrong teaching come from anyway. You know, you gotta understand the history, bro. Like, and I'm not even into denominations no more, but when it come down to denominations, man, that's Protestant, but that's people that broke away from the Catholic Church because they knew the Catholic Church was wrong. Where did the Catholic Church originate from? In Rome, bruh. Rome, Italy. So, when Paul was writing the book of Romans, he was writing that to the Catholic Church. You don't think the Catholic Church was around, you know what I'm saying, way back then when Paul was preaching, when Peter was preaching, and all the disciples? Who you think put them people to death, man? Who you think killed them people? When Paul was in jail, you know what I'm saying, writing them prison letters, who imprisonated Paul before they killed him? The Romans, man. Like, do your research, do your digging, but also soul search. You gotta let that word convict you before you try to convict somebody else with it. And you gotta know what you're talking about when you come with it. And, Paul was the persecutor of the church. He was a savage. He was right there when Stephen got killed. And then when Christ got a hold of him, that changed his whole worldview. And he became a believer. Every book that Paul wrote was addressed to a church, not the people outside of the church. Excuse me. So nobody in the Bible really addressed anybody outside of the church except John the Baptist. And you see what happened to him. That man got his head served up on a platter. It ain't our call to judge people in the world. The world operate like it operates. We got to judge the people inside of the church that's living like the world, that's operating just like the ones on the outside. And it ain't about appearance. It ain't about preference, what you like, what you don't like. It's about character and morals, man. And being from the streets, bro, I done learned. Street laws bring you a lot of respect. And they work everywhere. They work in the church, they work in business. You know what I'm saying? When you got street laws, man, you ain't telling on nobody, you ain't calling nobody's name out. You know what I'm saying? You keep it solid. So I just kind of want to add that out. I ain't mad at nobody. I'm coming back healing from, you know what I'm saying, doing my ministry work, man. I've been at war. I got trauma. I got triggers. I got mental health issues from ministry. Like, it's the real deal, man. Messing with people is a mess of business. And they take your kindness for your weakness, use you up and throw you away. So right now, I'm just shaking back from going to war. Going to war with that devil, bro, out there trying to reach the people. And you don't reach the people with the word at first because they can't receive it, man. It just don't compute with them. They gotta see you really about what you about before they even listen to what you're saying. And you gotta have a genuine care for people. You know, this ministry is about helping, building up, building the body, you know what I'm saying, to be one holy temple before the Lord. Not tearing down the outsiders because we want to bring them in. You know, and something else I learned too, you know, you gotta be, well, my mama always told me, you gotta be hospitable because you never know when you're entertaining angels. You never, just think about it. Hospitable. Jesus said when they ask you to go 1 mile, go 2. Hospitality, service. Be careful of how you treat people because you never know when you're entertaining angels. Abraham, when the Lord showed up before him, because he was getting ready to go, you know what I'm saying, tear down where Lot stayed. That was a face-to-face meeting. The angel of the Lord and whatever angels that was with him. When they went down there to tear up Sodom and Gomorrah, they was in physical form. Because why? The men was outside banging on Lot door because they wanted to rape the men that they saw. Like, hey, y'all came through here, we want y'all. Send them outside. Lot even tried to send his daughters out there, and it was like, nah, we don't want that. We want them dudes we saw walk up in there. Like, that's the Bible. That's the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. They wanted them men. And they got more than what they asked for. Because them men burnt the whole place down. Everything, 2 cities. Wiped it out. So be careful, you know what I'm saying? Who you talk crazy to, because everybody don't take disrespect, man. And especially black men from the hood. Man, we all traumatized. You know what I'm saying? We all got triggers. And you know, the nicest ones, the ones that's doing the most, be the ones that, man, they'll blow up the whole world. You cross them because you know it's real. And that's all I gotta say, man. I'm King Clay checking out. Try to see if I can go back to sleep. Y'all be safe. Peace.